Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and for today I wanted to give you guys my first look, my first impressions, my initial review of SERSI, our newest Eternal. Back-to-back Eternals in the same update. Is not even the Eternals update yet. Crazy, ain't it? But we got SERSI. She's a fan favorite. Let me know how you guys are personally feeling about her so far before I share my opinions. That being said, though, let's jump right into it. Is she a character that you should be in a rush to build right now? The answer to that question is no. She's good, very good for a level 60 character, but keep in mind she does not have a tier 3, she does not have an awakening, so she cannot compete in World Boss Legend, and that's where all the fun is to be had these days, so no need to rush. However, on the plus side, she is a free-to-play character. That's really good that they're dropping 2 Eternals in this update and they're giving away both of them for free. Now, she's going to be attainable for free forever via Shadowland selectors or from your daily free chest. So like you can pull her or you can pull a blast character and then just choose her biometrics from the selector itself. So that's basically how I got her up. I basically just use my Shadowland selectors for the week. You can see she's all the way down here, right? So if you have some selectors sitting in your inventory, you can feel free to go ahead and build her up because she is going to be getting a uniform when the movie drops for the Eternals. It's really nice that they're giving away Icarus and SERSI for free. So if you haven't been playing Future Fight, if you've been on hiatus, come back for a couple days, pick up this guy for free, because in 15 days when this future pass ends, you're going to have to buy him for money, and believe it, he's going to get better, right? He's already pretty good for PvP, and he's going to get a uniform that makes him even better, okay? And he is going to be an essential piece for the Eternals. I would not be surprised if they even buff his leadership further, right? So far, he's given them all 60%. Now keep in mind, there's only 3 Eternals in the game right now. There's Icarus, SERSI, and Hyperion. Well, 3 that are classed, 3 that are typed, 3 that can take advantage of that leadership, right? Because technically, Thanos is an Eternal, and Thane as well, and neither one of them have this E. But just keep in mind that that leadership is something that you're going to want to have. There's going to be more Eternals in the future, and these guys are basically being brought in now so that when the movie drops in, I believe it's November, if it doesn't get pushed back again, right, they're all going to get uniforms, and they're going to get even more powerful, right? On top of that, I am pretty sure a couple of the Eternals are going to get their tier 3 in that same update, and then the rest are all going to share an awakening. That's something you need to keep in mind. For now, you do not need to rush to like get SERSI, unlock her, build her up, get her to 70, get her gears to 25, none of that stuff. But she is good to have for when she does get better. For now, she's just going to be a Shadowland character that can possibly be utilized in PvP and World Boss Ultimate. I say those things because she has a couple really good things about her. For one, Cosmic Focus. So Icarus is coming in with a 60% all attack lead, and she's coming in with a tier 2 passive that's giving 30% more attack on top of that. That's actually really good. And then for her passive, Eternal Cleansing, as you can see, every 20 seconds she removes all debuffs from all Eternal allies for 10 seconds. So they're basically grooming the Eternals slowly for PvP. A meta shift is most definitely in the works, okay? We've already seen amazing stuff from this guy at level 60, being able to take down the likes of Sentry when he's underbuilt, right? So the fact that they're bringing him in and they're gonna put him in a situation where not only can you use his leadership, you can then use his leadership, get another 30% damage buff on top, and still have debuff immunity. Keep that in mind. Now, the rest of her kit, how does it flush out? Well, it's pretty good for PvE content, right? The 1 and 2, they're actually pretty cool for 1 and 2 skills, right? This one has paralysis, so you can use it for like ABX or World Boss, right? Because it does ignore immunity. World Boss Ultimate, you can use it there. The 3rd skill, however, kind of has me confused. Here's why I'm confused. She has damage immunity and she has damage accumulation. Those things are great, but it's damage accumulation based on damage taken. It's very similar to Luke Cage or Sharon Rogers, where you put this up and you want to get hit so you can take as much damage as possible, and then you ramp up your damage to do big damage. The problem with that is they then design the rest of her kit, her 4 and her 5, right, to basically be iframes or a skill that actually charms the boss. So for War Boss Ultimate, you're not gonna really see the full extent of her damage, because when you pop the 3rd skill and then you use the 5th skill, the 5th skill is an iframe. If you're in an iframe, 9 out of 10 times you're not gonna get hit by the boss or any other attack, which means you don't get to use your accumulation, right? However, luckily, you can cancel this skill instantly and then go into your 4th skill. But here's the problem. If you cancel your 5th skill, which takes you out of an iframe, you then go into the 4th skill, but it charms the boss, so the boss is not attacking you, which means you are not accumulating any damage. So the Phantom Blast is gonna do a decent amount of damage, but it's not going to do nearly as much damage as it would have done if you were able to accumulate some damage. So I feel like a lot of her killing potential will be, like, I guess in War Boss Legend later on, when you can actually like use the 3rd skill, then follow up by using the 5th skill, canceling into the 4th skill, and then you can use the 4th skill while basically tanking an attack, because it gives you invincibility and you already have immunity from your 3rd skill. You can tank some attacks and then blast the boss. Another thing though is she does not have a heal. Well, she does, but she doesn't. Here's the thing. She has one of those heals that relies on you charming the boss. So kind of like Invisible Woman, right? So for War Boss Ultimate, she will have a heal because she will be able to debuff the boss, right? However, for War Boss Legend, she will not be able to debuff the boss. She will not be able to charm them. So what that means is she loses her heal. So her damage might go up for War Boss Legend, but her survivability will definitely be going down, unless with a uniform they give her another way to heal. Something similar to Iron Fist, maybe, where her HP drops to a certain threshold and then she heals like 30% of her max HP, something along those lines. I think they kind of like messed up here. I think they should have given her damage accumulation based on damage dealt instead of damage received. I know they don't want to give every character like damage dealt, but like in this case, like, let me jump in. Let me show you guys, right? So look at the 5th skill. By the way, her entrance, really cool. Look at her 5th skill. You can stay in there. It's an iframe, right? Really cool, right? And then if you look at her 4th skill, it charms right away. So if this is War Boss Ultimate, that's what the boss is going to be doing. Basically being charmed for like a solid 4 or 5 seconds, right? So they can't attack you, so you can't accumulate anything. The most amount of accumulation you'll be able to get is if you put the 3rd skill up and then like a blade twister comes by and hits you, or the toxic. Ooh, that's actually really cool. That's really cool, isn't it? That's so cool. Like if the toxic meteor drops on you while you use the 3rd skill, right? So a rotation for her, and I do think a CTP of energy would be really good for her, by the way, right? But however, keep in mind, you have to do this really quickly. She kind of has like the Iron Fist thing going, where you want to do some quick cancels. Well, actually you have to do quicker cancels than Iron Fist. But anyways, this is how I am personally playing her right now. Keep in mind, this is just my first day with her, so my rotation may change ever so slightly. Okay, so we're going 3 cancel, 5 cancel, and then 4. So let me show you this, right? So if we do the 5 and then instantly cancel out of it, you'll see that you'll still get that big explosion at the end. So there's no need for you to sit in the iframe, right? You might lose like a hit or two, but it's for your proc, it's better because the defense down gets applied instantly, as you can see, right? So it just makes more sense to let's go 3 cancel, 5 cancel, 4, and you can see the accumulation kicks in right away. Right, you don't need to sit up there and wait for anything. and you also don't need to wait until she stomps on the ground, right? You can see all the buffs come as soon as you click the skill. So if I go up here, as soon as she raises her leg, I can just instantly cancel and I still get the accumulation and everything. Now, another rotation I experimented with ever so slightly is to do 3 cancel 4. But here's the thing, the defense down is on the 5. And like, even though the defense down is not that high, it's still something. It's still damage that we're losing out on. So it just makes more sense to go 3 cancel, 5 cancel, 4. Alright? I think that's her best rotation. Another problem with her, well, I wouldn't say it's a problem, but another thing about her 4 skill is it seems to end rather quickly and abruptly for me. Like right here, it doesn't seem like that, but like look how much time we have here where the boss or the enemies are charmed. I would have really liked it if like the beam itself lasted almost as long as the time that they're charmed for. Now in some situations, if the charm gets cleansed or like gets removed beforehand, it's nice that you have plenty of time, but I don't know, I feel like I would have liked it if the beam was a few seconds longer. That's just me. I kind of feel the same way about Icarus's 4th skill. By the way, her 2 skill, really cool for positioning. Her 1 skill, pretty decent for a 1 skill. Like you don't see too many 1 skills that have these kind of effects, right? So, and to be honest, because of the cooldown time on her skills, you can easily fit all of her skills in one rotation. You could legitimately go 3 cancel, 5 cancel, 4, and as soon as the 4 ends, you can then go 2 and then 1, right? Because you see, they're still charmed, right? So I'm gonna run it back again so you guys can see, right? 3, 5, make sure you cancel the 5 instantly. Soon as you're done with the 4, you do the 2, and you can see right there. If you have really good attack speed, you'll be able to get through all 5 skills while the enemy is still charmed. It's a really tight rotation, but I think it's pretty effective, right? And your proc shouldn't be off too often. Just make sure you cancel the skill very quickly. Cooldown times on them kind of mesh nicely. Let me show you guys the rest of the build. So we got energy attack here. Don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest yet. This is what the details page look like. We have 130 for attack speed, 40% for crit rate. It is a bummer that she doesn't get any kind of crit rate or crit damage buffs, sadly, right? Because it means it's gonna be difficult. Well, not really with crafting your cards these days. By the way, my cards are not crafted, right? But like with crafting your cards these days, it should still be really easy to max out her crit rate and her crit damage and all that stuff. But it would be nice if she had like a crit rate buff. This is just me, right? But I do think for her uniform, they need to give her a heal of some kind, because when she gets her uniform, I'm gonna assume that's when she's gonna get her awakening or her tier 3, whichever one, and she's gonna basically be relegated to either the support position or as a major damage dealer for World Boss Legend. And if you're a damage dealer and you cannot heal in World Boss Legend, yeah, it's tricky business, right? It's tricky business. You either get clapped or you clap the boss so quickly that the fight ends in like a minute or 2, because the longer it goes on, the more of a problem it is. I would ideally say go with Power Fangry Hulk for her ISO set, just because she doesn't get any attack speed buffs or anything like that. And the reason why her attack speed is actually maxed out here is just because she is in the leadership position. So if I were to move to a different tab and then go back to the blast category, you'll notice that, see, she's down to 123. Okay, so just keep that in mind. With that being said, this is what the obelisk looks like. I gave her a 200% proc and some crit damage. So kept you guys long enough. Apologies for that. I just wanted to share my initial thoughts on the characters, and I do want to just stress this, right? Please, guys, temper your expectations. I know she's a fan favorite. She's everybody's favorite waifu, but she's a level 60 character for now, and a level 70 character at most. No awakening, no transcendence, no tier 3. Let's pop the fury buff. Let's go 3, 5, 4. I don't know. I think it's counterproductive to give her charm, iframes, and all that stuff when you want her to get hit and accumulate. Well, let's. And the thing is, I can't even stand in the poison because she's gonna remove the poison debuff. Okay. Alright, so that was a decent amount of damage there. It's very easy to miss the proc with her, I must say. Let's see if we can come on, really? The range on the charm is pretty nice. The range is as far as the beam can reach. Really? Interesting. Okay. Nice. Let's do the 2 and the 1 for the paralysis. Then we'll do. Let's just move around. Let's do the paralysis. She has really good crowd control. Really good crowd control. Because she has the charm and then the paralysis right after. Very good crowd control. I think she's great for World Boss Ultimate. So if you're a new player just starting out, she's a really good pickup. Alright, let's we could mess with this guy's mind. We could just literally do this. Okay, for whatever reason. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, she's so fast. Her movement speed is lit. Okay. Oh, that's nice. I don't know if that was because I finally got hit, so I was able to accumulate some damage or not. Let's actually charm him. All right. Let's do boom. Come on. My proc was late there. That's annoying. Okay, that was nice. Okay, my proc was off there. It's not good. I don't like how he's in a corner like that, because she can get killed off by one of those like laser beams of his. All right, hold on, can I? Ooh, I think that's what I was gonna do. I wanted to interrupt him so I didn't have to tag or dodge. So let's just finish with a good rotation here. Yeah, the hits on her, look at that. It's like a boss. She gives you that upskirt action too. The hits on her 5th skill make it so that it really has to be like an insta cancel, otherwise you lose your proc so often. I feel like I lost my proc at least 5 times during that run. So you kind of have to go like boom, you know, like it has to be like a quick transition. I don't think she should even like make it into the air. You see how she's up there? Like you should basically just be doing boom, you know. I feel like that's what you need to do. Yeah, like boom. I'm gonna have to practice, boys. I don't think she should like make it so that she teleports in the air, because by then I think you have the high probability of missing your proc. So you should just be like tap revolution, you know. Anyways, ladies and gents, I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me your thoughts in the comments. How are you feeling about Queen SERSI? Do you guys think she's living up to the hype? Considering she's a level 60 character, obviously, right? We can't just be saying, yo, she's garbage because Moonstone is doing this. Moonstone is transcended, bro. Come on now. But even that, Moonstone was like badass at level 60. So we can't even like, Moonstone is in a class of her own. But like for real though, I think she's a good character, right? And I think her future in this game is in a good place, because she has this debuff removal and this passive right here. And overall, it is really nice to see support characters that can do stuff, and I feel like that's what people are going to be saying about her for the foreseeable future. She has the means to be a very good support, not only for PvE but also for PvP. But then when it comes down to it, she has the means to clear content as well. I will be throwing her into some more content later on today, so hit me in the comments and let me know what you guys want to see, man. I'm gone. Peace.